listener, I have a little romance for you today. Just a light one with some easy conversation. The tavern you're sitting in smells of baking bread and a stew that's been cooking for many hours. You have a seat at a far booth, good spot for people watching to examine and view the patrons coming and going. It's not empty, but it's not particularly busy. A few patrons murmur over late meals. A fire burns low and steady. Rain taps on the windows, threading silver lines down the glass. The door swings inward with a gust of rain-cooled air. You hear her before you see her, a small gasp, the clatter of shifting parcels, a muttered, flustered apology to no one in particular. She steps inside, a whirlwind, arms full of packages, rolled blueprints, a wooden crate pressed to her chest, a satchel slipping over one shoulder. Her cloak is damp, curly hair clings in wet spirals around her cheeks, a heart-shaped face, soft and expressive, eyes bright with effort and embarrassment, a smudge of soot or perhaps it could be grease on one cheek. She kicks the door shut with one heel, then immediately loses balance. The crate slips, blueprints tumble, metal parts scatter with a soft ringing across the tavern floor. She freezes, then sinks to her knees, hands over her face. Oh no. The barkeep sighs, already moving for the broom. You find yourself drawn to her. Without even really meaning to, you find that you're kneeling next to her, helping her gather fallen pieces, little brass gears, a glass tube sealed with wax, a folded parchment covered in diagrams. As you hand her a piece, your fingers brush. She looks up, eyes wide, cheeks pink, rainwater still dripping from her curls. Thank you. Silence for a second. I'm very glad you did that. She blinks hard. Oh, that was just supposed to be thank you. A tiny laugh. She tucks a curl behind her ear and must have missed because it springs right back out. The barkeep shakes his head fondly. You're going to drop the whole workshop one day, Lark. So, her name is Lark. She gathers the last of her things, hugging them close, then hesitates for a moment. She seems torn between standing next to you and sitting at the bar, arms full of assortment of crates and things. She looks to you and says, "Would you mind sitting here a moment? I'd like the company." She blinks and frowns, looks embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. You chuckle, nod at her, tell her you're willing to embrace the new company. So you join her next to the bar. She sits close enough beside you that you can feel her warmth, but not close enough to presume. She sets her packages carefully on the bar. The barkeep pours her a drink, something herbal, calming, seems necessary for someone as frantic as her. Lark wraps her hands around the cup. Wet curls frame her face. One gear-shaped earring glints in the candlelight. You ask her what she's carrying. She brightens. "Oh, I'm an artificer, or apprentice artificer. I build things for people that help people, or at least I try. And I'm really proud of it." Oh. She covers her mouth. Again. She laughs quietly, shoulders rising in a shy little hunch. She glances sideways at you. "I should explain before I embarrass myself further." She takes a breath. I have a condition. It's a magical condition. When I think something, sometimes I can't help but say it. I don't know. I guess you could call it a curse. When I try to lie, it just doesn't work. Nothing comes out. She demonstrates, opening her mouth. Nothing comes out. She sighs, amused at herself. "So, if I say something honest that I didn't intend, forgive me, won't you?" You assure her that there's nothing to be forgiven, and ask her what she's building. She perks up, excited. "Oh, well, right now, it's a listening lantern. It hears things that are too soft for human ears. I want to help travelers feel safe at night, and I'm sorry, I'm blathering, aren't I? I like showing people my projects." She looks down at her hands. "And I like that you're listening." She lowers her head to the bar for the last moment. "Please pretend you didn't hear that last part." The conversation between you flows naturally. Stories, laughter, rain tapping on the windows. She grows more animated, hands moving, eyes bright, words quick. Then, suddenly, she stops, looks at you. "I'm enjoying talking with you." Silence for a second. "A lot." She looks pained for a second and then presses her palms over her face. "I swear I'm trying to be mysterious and cool." A muffled groan. She takes a breath, calms herself, then speaks carefully. I have a workshop in the back room, and I'd like to show it to you. Pause. If you want. Another pause. She nods decisively as if outrunning her own curse. Yes, that. Just that. She waits for an answer, her eyes hesitant, breathes a sigh of relief when you smile and agree. She gathers all her packages up, balancing one precariously on top of another, refusing to ask for help. Together you walk past the hearth, past the sleeping cat, past the fireplace and the candlelight, towards a door at the back of the tavern. She pauses with her hand on the latch, looks back at you, curly hair damp, face warm with nervous courage, eyes bright with honest anticipation. I'm glad you came to the tavern tonight. A pause. Very glad. She opens the window. She opens the door. Warm workshop light spills out, and you step through together. As always, I always appreciate a comment on the video if you liked it, or let me know. I'm gonna be trying to make content daily here for the next few weeks, but we'll see how that goes. If you have any requests, as always, leave them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more content, I guess, not to be cliche in the YouTube sense. But I hope you have a pleasant night or rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.